Now this was the biggest surprise what I found. Are you ready for this? Right, let's set the bomb off. Bonjour and welcome to a really nice, well, fingers crossed, a nice sunny day, which we haven't had for a long time. And the best way to start your lovely morning, I've already had my croissant and coffee, is let's do a little cold start on this twin turbo V8. Yeah! If you're new to the channel or new to this build, we are basically turning this rather wrecked stock CLS into a prior design, what I call Gangster Edition CLS. But yes, this car needs some more TLC now, starting with this engine bay. Cleaning engines is one of the most satisfying things, the whole before and after thing. I love it. So let's get on this quick time. Just give it a little spray of my little magic Degress Net product, which sadly I've run out of. I should have just enough to get this done. So let's get cracking on with it. Let's get it sprayed down. Like I say, I'm all for one for, if you find the right product, it should be the product that's doing the work. Let's bring the sexy back to this twin turbo V8 Mercedes. I'd do it. Looking great, definitely brought the sexy back to this V8 engine. Now I'm going to leave it running, make sure it all dries off, and yeah, I'm going to go and draft in my mate George. But before I draft in George, I do have some good news to share with you. And this time the good news is actually in the boot. Well, the first bit of good news is the boot started to work again. Yeah, I've managed to get some headlights now. They're headlights that are complete, meaning they've got all the packs for the xenon, all the packs for the LED, and they actually include the washing system. Now, cut long story short, anyone who's watched the first episode in this build would know that I got quoted 6,000 euros. I can't afford that. Just for the lights and packs, that's not including the washers that had probably been an extra couple of hundred each light. And I have tested them briefly, they both seem to work, for 2,400. Now that's not mega cheap, is it? But then they are Mercedes headlights, they are multi-beam, full LED, and they weigh loads. They are really heavy. But yeah, finding those headlights was an absolute nightmare. If you watch Matt Armstrong, for example, he knows the score. It's so easy to buy the wrong headlights because certain cars have certain options, and then suddenly you can't actually use full beam or non-full beam. Now, jury's still out on these lights, but I think they are the right ones. So then, why do I need to draft in my mate George, who's waiting impatient for me outside? It's because this car's pretty filthy, certainly in the sort of driver's seat, and yeah, there's quite a lot of just markings and stains all around the car and the interior. So, oh, and the other thing is, it looks like some sort of drink was obviously in here during the accident, and that's all just splattered all over the front there. So, oh yeah, and then there's that funky smell. Now, I don't know what it is. It kind of smells like something's been smoked in here, but I don't think it's cigarettes. I'm not sure if it's one of those vapey things or one of those, Anyway, let's grab a bucket, grab the hoover, let's get cracking. Okay then, right, let's have a look what I've been finding. As I thought, right, anyone who's watched the previous episode on this car, I thought that the headlights had been nicked. And here is the bill from the garage that actually, obviously, did the estimate for the repairs. And I can't see any headlights on there. Something's fishy about that, don't you think? Oh, I got the invoice for the tinted windows. $400. That's well cheap. You're lucky in America. In France, that's mega bucks. Other good news is I've got the user manuals, got the full book of manuals and stuff in the glove box. That's pretty good. Previous owner then. I did play up to one stereotype in the previous video. Drive. I have some golf to play. Which was correct. Previous owner was a golfer by the looks of things. Had the old posh wooden tees and everything. Also, obviously, after buying himself his new Mercedes, thought he'd better up his wallet game. Went for the old Mont Blanc French quality wallet. A service guide for a wallet. Now that is swank. I need to up my wallet game, clearly. Now this was the biggest surprise what I found. 6 CDs, all DJ Screw. So it's a golfer with a Mont Blanc wallet who listened to underground hip hop. Baller, mate, baller. Okay, so moving on, let's start talking how we're going to tackle these carpets and this baller smell. Plan of attack is simple. Yeah, and then no surprise how I'm going to tackle it with my trusty all-purpose cleaner. I'm just going to sort of give it a good spray down, leave it to do its work. I might need to sort of grind it in a bit, work a bit of it into the fibres, deep into the fibres, and then I'm going to use old George to suck it all out again. So yeah, then we'll start talking about these leather chairs. While my magic product is working its magic on that carpet, I think it's doing really good. I'm going to try and tackle this chair now, and I've just sort of mixed up a natural soap which is sort of pH balanced. It should be fine to use on leather like this, and yeah, I'm just going to work it in to the chair with this little brush and then just wipe all the dirt away with a microfiber towel. Now that should do the job. I'm also going to use this on all the door cards. So yeah, this should do the job on most things, fingers crossed, and if not, I'll up my game. Let's go. Well, I have to say I am really pleased with how it's looking, and more importantly how pleased I am that that disgusting and stained and smelly carpet came out, because just, yeah, that magic all-in-one product that I use on everything just seemed to break it all down, and then with Jules sucking it all out, just worked like magic. So really pleased with that. Leather seats cleaned up nicely. I'm going to leave it so it's all nicely completely dried the interior before I go over it with the leather conditioner, but I think yeah, it's actually looking really nice and clean in there. But now then for my finishing touch, well hopefully is a finishing touch, cabin purifying. Basically to antibacterial and kill all those wafty smelly odours that circulate within the, obviously the aircon system as it were. Before use, please refer to instructions notice inside the box. Well, it didn't come in a box and there's no instructions. Good start. Okay, so normally the air that goes into the, I guess the aircon that goes into the car actually comes in through here, through this little tunnel bit here, and then into the car through there. Then it will pass through, and then it should go through a filter that's somewhere up in here. I want to take that filter out because I don't want to keep it. Take it from me, that doesn't smell very nice either. Right, I'm going to need to plug that hole down there with something. Right. Okay, so normally you would just put this in your car and it would start, you normally recirculate it round, but I'm going to have it suck it straight in through the inlet and pump it all through the system, and then obviously without the filter, all round all the system and out all the vents and into the car. Turn it up to max. Are you ready for this? Right, let's set the bomb off.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I've actually left the remainder of the cans in there, just pumping the rest out now while I switched it over to recirculation mode. And so I'm just going to let it run. I'm going to give it about sort of 10-15 minutes, then come back and give it a whiff test. See you in a bit. Much better. Much better. Well, we've certainly made use of this nice and sunny day, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out, bringing back the sexiness to that engine bay and the interior of the car. Result. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, hit me up with your comments down below. But that just leaves me to say, I've been Wimpy, you've been awesome for watching, thank you so much, and I'll see you.
Hope you're ready for the next episode.
Laters. What's this little beauty? DJ Screw? Best of the Scorpions. Yeah, boy. And it's in there. Yeah. 80s.